Hey you guys, it's that time. Pick a story where in one of the decks or all of the decks could be a story or a message for you. So what I like to do is to hold each deck up to the camera for you to see if it's resonating with you, starting with deck number one. Could your story or message be here in deck number one? Or is it in deck number two? Could your story or message be here in deck number two? Or is it in deck number three? Could your story or message be here in deck number three? All right. I hope you have made your selection. We'll go ahead and begin with deck number one. We have the Queen of Cups, the Lovers, Justice, the Four of Pentacles, the Moon, overall energy. What? Oh, my bad. Eight of Cups. The image just threw me off. Okay. What was that? King of Pentacles. And Four of Cups. And y'all gotta forgive me. I need to wear glasses now, y'all. I'm like an old lady now. I'm like, it's so blurry when I'm looking too close. Okay. So overall energies. So it seems like there's a lot of emotional weight on you. It's a lot of emotional weight. You could be depressed. You could be taking on the emotional weight of other people. It does also indicate too that maybe you're holding back emotions. Maybe you're hiding. It also could be the energy of somebody around you. Somebody is going through some things. They're hiding their emotions. It also could be that, and I said Four of Cups. I'm sorry, I meant Five of Cups. It also could be that someone is drinking and they're not supposed to be drinking. I don't know if somebody is supposed to be kicking some sort of drinking habit, supposed to be in rehab, but I feel like somebody has been drinking and is probably trying to hide it or cover it up. There also could be some sort of sadness in regards to an earth sign. Either you're an earth sign or maybe there's just some sort of sadness in regards to an earth sign. And I feel like maybe you're looking for some sort of fulfillment. Now, this also may be some sort of past energies that I'm picking up. It does look like eventually there's going to be some sort of communication or conversation. Maybe you're opening up about how you've been feeling. Maybe someone is going to be sent into your life to help you get rid of some of the burdens that you've been carrying. If you are a healer, it could be that you're the one helping someone out or finding out that you came into this person's life for a reason. But I do feel that somebody has like a shoulder to lean on. Those of you that have been searching for purpose, I feel like you're going to find it or you're being led to it. You may have lost your passion for your job or your career, but it seems like you're going to be put in the right place at the right time. It's like you're going to be put at a crossroad where you get to, potentially find the type of work that you're looking for, or find something that you can be passionate about. Some of you may be sad about, relationships, or feeling lonely and wondering if you're going to connect with someone. I feel like there's a possibility for that as well. If you have a twin, I feel like there are some empathic things going on where you are tapped into someone else's energies. You can feel the weight of their sadness, and you could potentially be feeling the emotions of someone else. So you may need to discern whose feelings are whose. Are these your feelings, or could you potentially be picking up on the emotions of others? And it seems like, you are, trying to find peace, or trying to find some sort of balance in your life. Something just seems a little off, and there could be a lot of mood swings going on, a lot of emotional highs and lows. It just seems like there's emotional instability happening to you or your environment, somebody around you. You could also be dealing with a water sign or Libra, maybe Gemini. Try not to make important decisions at this time, because emotionally you might not be thinking clearly. And then later on regret making some sort of decision when your emotions were so heavy. So make sure that you're not making any type of decisions right off the bat. It seems to be some sort of a blockage going on too. Some sort of emotional blockage. I'm getting the energy of someone who is feeling a little delusional. Somebody may be seeing strange things and wondering what's happening. Maybe someone's been seeing strange images, or it's like you're looking at your wall and it's like, why does it look like there's a portal in my wall? Or why does, it seems like maybe your imagination is going bananas at this time. For some of you, it could be that you're just having some sort of psychic gifts that are opening up, and it's very confusing. It's scary and it's confusing, because it seems like maybe you're starting to wonder if you need to see a doctor. And, for somebody, maybe you do. I don't know. But it could be that there are some sort of spiritual gifts that just kind of open up. Now, I don't know if someone has given you something, or you decided you wanted to try something, some sort of, drug or whatever. And it seems like if you force something to open up, then you can't handle it. Like, too many weird things just come rushing in, and you're like, oh my God, I'm tripping. So it kind of seems like somebody could be tripping off acid almost. Now, also, it could be the dreams that are coming off this way. It's like, what is wrong? These are some strange dreams. I dreamt that I was floating through walls, or able to see this or that. So I feel like spiritually there could be some strange things being revealed to you, and you could be feeling a little delusional. If you're creative, try to channel this energy into your creation. If like you're dealing with a lot of heavy emotions, maybe let your imagination lead you to being creative, writing, making music, singing. There also could be a lot of people coming to you with their emotional baggage. A lot of people venting to you. Maybe you may end up feeling like people are taking an emotional dump on you. It also could be reverse. You could be coming off that way to somebody. And not saying necessarily that anything's wrong with it, but it does seem like somebody needs to vent because it's becoming too much. I'm getting something in regards to someone like speaking their truth, but it sounds crazy. Okay, I kind of get the energy of someone getting a little paranoid and feeling like people are looking at them funny or staring at them. And it's like, people are minding their own business. So I don't know. I feel like someone is feeling very self-conscious. Um, yeah. If this is you, just try to relax and, maybe try to talk your way through something because you could be imagining things. This is a lot of illusionary type energy coming off. So you could be imagining things or taking things the wrong way. People also could be behaving. The way they're behaving is really kind of like echoing something that you're dealing with inside. Echoing your insecurities, your traumas. That may be a way for spirit to get your attention. Like you don't realize that you're going through some things or that you're holding things in, and then you're wondering like, why is everybody around you acting this way? Spirit might be like, because something's going on within you. So that may be something that you're needing to look at if you feel like people around you are acting a certain type of way. And like I just said, you might find people just coming up to you with their problems that really could be you talking to yourself. As trippy as that sounds, it's like you're needing to have a conversation with yourself. You're manifesting as that person so that you can vent to yourself. Also, in a love situation, I feel like there's some mixed signals. I feel like something could be off and on. Someone could be really nervous about approaching you. I was getting the energy of, what is this? Oh, I was getting the energy of someone wanting to say something to you and then having a conversation with somebody else about what they were going to do and then feeling influenced by that conversation and getting cold feet. And it's like, oh, I changed my mind. I can't say what I needed to say now. I also feel that somebody could be kind of crying out for attention, or someone is being dramatic because they're just wanting attention, like crying in front of people, or just being super emotional. It could be for attention. I can also see too that there's someone that is watching from a distance. They're holding back. I kind of feel like somebody is wanting to talk to you, or they're waiting for a response. Maybe someone already initiated some sort of communication and they're just waiting for a response. Also, you could be, waiting on some sort of response, especially if, you applied to something and you're just waiting to see what that outcome is going to be. I do feel that the truth is going to come out, or a secret is going to be revealed. Someone is maybe opening up to you and being very vulnerable. Someone may be trying to earn your trust as well. If you have any legal matters to take care of, I feel that something could be stopped, blocked, or delayed. Now, something may be going on where maybe you feel forced into making a decision before you're ready. That's why I said try not to make any emotional decisions if you can help it. It also seems like maybe someone isn't keeping up with their end of the bargain. Something is one-sided or it's unfair. I almost feel that there could be an unexpected break in an agreement, like a lease or a job contract, or somebody getting dropped. Yeah, it seems like you're emotionally in tune with somebody. You're tapped into somebody's energy. It could be that you feel somebody crying out to you emotionally. It's somebody that you're connected to. It's possible that this person visits you in dreams. And it's a weird energy because it's almost like somebody, like you're walking towards somebody and they close the door on you and they're like, leave me alone. But then they continue to talk to you and say things like, I love you, but don't come in. You know, it's like something weird like that is going on. Somebody is like pushing you away or blocking your energy, but they're like, but I love you. Like, please come and find me or come to me. Like something weird. Weird because see, it's mixed. It's a mixed energy. It's like, come here, go away. It also seems that you could be listening to something on repeat, and the more you listen to it, the more emotional you get about it. You also might find yourself watching something knowing that you're going to be triggered. And it's like, why am I watching this? Like movies like, I don't know if you ever seen Man in the Moon. Oh my God. With Reese Witherspoon. It's an older movie from the 90s, I guess. But it's like, I don't know why. It's like you're torturing yourself. Why are you watching this movie? You know what's going to happen. Um, Man in the Moon, The Notebook. Like, why are you watching this? Don't watch that movie. And then too, sometimes it's something that you might be watching a comedy and then all of a sudden you start crying at something that's supposed to be so lighthearted and funny. But it's just that one moment or that one line that somebody says that just like sends you over. So ultimately, I feel like you are in for some heavy emotional releasing. Whether it's your own or you're tapped into someone else's, it might be a little bit of both. It also seems like someone could be crying over a Sagittarius or upset about a Sagittarius, or they're venting to you about them. You also may be trying to do some research yourself, some sort of personal research, or it's something that you're studying about emotions, about psychic abilities, astrology. You're probably doing some sort of research about the upcoming eclipses, trying to prepare yourself. I feel like as much as you prepare yourself, is something still might hit you deeply. And I feel like overall you're just trying to understand something about yourself so you can heal. You're like, I need to understand this about myself so I could just heal. All right. All right, so let's move on to deck number 2. You have the 6 of Wands, the 2 of Wands, the 9 of Wands, the 4 of Wands, Queen of Wands, oh my goodness, overall energy, 4 of Swords, the Moon, 5 of Wands. Okay. So, overall energy, I feel that you are finally at a place of peace, or you're going to have an opportunity to take a break after some sort of initial emotional chaos. I also feel that you're trying your best not to be affected by the drama around you. There could be some sort of drama going on around you, a lot of emotional drama, and I kind of feel like you're like, like I'm just gonna take it all in, and I'm not gonna be affected by it. And maybe you even just start meditating in the middle of an argument or something. It does seem that you've had to deal with some sort of hidden emotions. Maybe spirit had been trying to push you and get you to recognize that something still hurts you or bothers you. Or maybe a person has been trying to say things to make you emotional. Another energy is that in a love situation, there's an attraction between two people who are fighting it, who are pushing each other away because they don't want to feel that deeply. It's like, if I think about this person's voice, image, whatever, for too long, it's going to erupt. It's going to bring something back up. I thought I was over. It's going to all come flooding back. And I feel that both people are trying to push each other away because they don't want to deal with those emotional wounds. It's like something is like a scab. It's like it never really heals. It's just there, which again makes me think of Chiron. So you might want to look and see where Chiron is in your chart, or in regards to a relationship, see if like someone's moon falls on your Chiron, or someone's sun trines your Chiron, or something like that. You might want to look and see, because something is just like, it doesn't heal. It just gets quiet for a while, and it does look like that's what you're doing. It's still like that energy, those suppressed emotions are still there inside of you, but you are just kind of putting some sort of bedding over it, and you're like, okay, I'm just gonna make peace with it. I know it exists, I know it's there, but I don't want to dwell in it. So I just feel like you're aware that you have these emotional wounds, but you're just trying to make the best of it. Now, I see success on the way. I feel that you are going to get a surge of confidence. If this has been about following your dreams or following your passions, it seems that you are going to go for it. You're like, I'm going to follow my passion. Like, maybe you have been fighting against it at first. Maybe you have been told that you can't do that, or, whatever it was. Like, you tried to let it go, and then all of a sudden it just seems like you get a green light to follow your passions. So I feel like you're going to be very creative and motivated, ultimately. Or that should be what's happening now. Like, all the emotional stuff, I really feel like that's past energy, although it still could be something that's going on. But I feel like you're going to see a breakthrough. It seems like you are ready to go to war. You've got some sort of battle wounds. You're like, I can handle it now. Like, I've been through some stuff, so bring it. I'm ready to deal with the challenges of this or that. So it's like you're prepared to fight when you have to. I don't feel like you really have to, but it's like you can if you have to now. You're ready for some sort of challenges. You're not going to allow certain things to just knock you down. It doesn't scare you anymore because you've been through it. Even if you have been dealing with your own inner demons, it seems like you finally are going to make some sort of you're going to overcome whatever inner demons that you were battling, whatever obstacles you have been dealing with, you're going to overcome that. I feel like it's time for you to move on to a new chapter in your life, in a sense. I just feel that there's celebration, like there's a need to celebrate something because you've accomplished something and you have something to be proud about. And it's like you reached a milestone and you're like, okay, now I'm ready for this. I can take this on. Career wise, it does look like you're ready for the next level, or you're ready to move on. Maybe the place that you've been at for the past 10 years did you well, but now you're ready for bigger and better things. Maybe at first you were afraid to do that because you were so comfortable where you were afraid of the unknown, but now you are okay. You're like, I'm ready for the unknown. Let's go. So, and it's almost like now that you're ready for something, it's not even scary. You're like, well, I was afraid of this. Why was I afraid to do this? I should have did this a long time ago. I kind of feel like you might be saying something like that. I should have did this a long time ago. But even though you might feel that way, I feel that no, like everything happened for a reason. Like you had to go through the trenches because it made you who you are now. Like your past gave you ammo for the future. So I feel that you're going to be very successful in whatever it is that you're headed towards. If this is a relationship, I feel that you're ready for a relationship. If you've been single for a while, you're ready to meet your match. You're like, you know what? I done gone through this, that, and that. I'm ready to meet my match. I'm not afraid anymore. I'm not afraid to stand up for myself, and I know who I am. So, I know how to handle this type of situation next time it comes up. You just seem like you feel ready. If you are already in an established relationship, then the both of you are just like really optimistic about taking the relationship next level. It also could be the energy of someone coming towards you. Like this person has been mentally preparing themselves for a relationship. And so now that this person has gone through some things, they feel like they're ready to take on a relationship. And if they saw you or if they've been thinking about you but have been too afraid to approach you, I feel like they're ready to conquer that fear. Some of you could have been afraid to take on a role as a leader in regards to like entrepreneurship. So whether that is running your own business or you just being like an independent contractor, I feel like you're ready to take on that role. Those of you that have been training in a creative arts, maybe you've been painting and you weren't ready for people to see your work. You're like, oh my God, I'm so sensitive about my work. I don't know if I'm ready for people to see it. And you've been going through this for years now. I don't know what happened, but it's like now you're ready. You're like, okay, I'm ready for the lashing out of comments about my artwork and why I decided to do it this way or that way. I'm ready for it. And you might be ready for some sort of negative feedback, but what you get is positive feedback. So it's like you're ready to put your artwork out there. Or if you have been some sort of actor and you've been a background actor or extra for years, and then you finally get that break where you're approached for a role, and you might be a little scared at first, like, oh, I've been, what if I disappoint everybody, or what if I'm not as good as I thought? And then I just feel like you're going to get over that hurdle. You'll be fine. You'll be great. So yeah, I feel like you are stepping into a role that is about confidence and independence. Romantically, you could be dealing with a Pisces or a fire sign. And this can also be for people who have been super afraid of being single. Like that was somebody's biggest fear. I feel like you're over that now. You're like, you know what? I thought being single was like the worst thing in the world. I've been single for, so long now, and it's fine. I don't care. It doesn't bother me. I like it. I just kind of feel that that's another thing that you could have defeated, was your fear of being single. If you're not about to enter a relationship, it's just indicating that you're going to overcome something that you were afraid of, or something that you had doubts about. Yeah, so again, it looks like some sort of evolution taking place where someone was paralyzed, like mentally trapped and unable to crawl out of this mental prison, and then finally gets out of it, so it breaks free from whatever mental prison they were in, whether it's you or somebody coming towards you. I feel like you're coming out, or they're coming out. Something has taken a lot of practice and a lot of work. I feel like some of you are about to have some sort of a dream come true. I feel like you're attracting a lot of people in regards to something that you do creatively, or you're impressing people with your leadership abilities. I see people being impressed by you. It also seems like you have an ability to lift up people's spirits and put a smile on their faces. Someone could be a comedian. I would look at all fire houses in your birth chart, because I feel like they're being activated. So let's just say your Aries rising. I would look at your, that first house. I would look at fifth house Leo, and I'd look at ninth house Sagittarius. Like something about the fire houses may be activated or highlighted. And it seems like you had given up or felt like a failure about something that didn't work out in the past. And then you just feel motivated again. Something's giving you life. Something's motivating you. It just looks like somebody is ready to come forward with their truth. It is kind of like somebody coming back from the dead. Maybe people have forgotten about you. I just feel like somebody is rising back to the top. Now, spiritually, I'm getting something about hearing spirits, seeing them, maybe being afraid of it at first, and then finally being like, okay, I'm ready to talk to these spirits now. I'm ready to listen to what the spirits are saying now. So if you have any type of gift dealing with like mediumship or channeling, I feel like you're ready to embrace it. It also seems like someone finally had the courage to walk away from a relationship that they weren't happy in. Or someone has the confidence to take a stand to their family member. I'm hearing something about somebody ready to go home. That could have something to do with finding your soulmate and wanting to go home to them or feeling at home with that person. Or it also could be that somebody was looking for a home and found their home. So there could be some sort of a move. I feel like there could be some changes coming to the household. If someone had been living with family and wanted to be on their own, I feel like somebody is ready to do that now or has the ability to do that. I'm getting something about family business. I don't know if someone has been wanting to leave the family business, but I feel like they're able to do that now and find their own voice. And then I also kind of oddly see something about eloping in here and not needing some sort of structured wedding or traditional wedding. It's like, let's just go to the courthouse or let's just go to Vegas. And I kind of feel like people are deciding to rush off to get married without telling people. Even if somebody in the past said that was a bad idea, somebody's like, I'm doing what I want to do. Again, I'm just getting the energy of someone taking the initiative, someone taking some sort of action because they feel motivated to do so. You or somebody may have needed to take a stand to somebody. And I just feel like, it's done. Okay, I also see some sort of invitation to something. I feel like there's two invitations. It's like, but you're going to turn one of these invitations down. It's two events or two, like maybe you can't, some event falls on the same day, two events fall on the same day, and you're like, oh, okay, I'm going to go to this one and turn this one down. So I kind of feel like you are turning down some sort of invitation. Maybe you get two job offers. Maybe you get two offers from two different love interests. It seems like either way somebody is being turned down. But it doesn't matter because there's an offer. You got two offers. And so you're going to move forward with the one that you feel is best for you. Also, any blockages that have been in your way are being removed. Any blockages that's been stopping you from reaching some sort of goal. All right, so let's move on to deck number 3. We have the Queen of Wands. We have the Emperor. We've got the Seven of Cups. The Ace of Pentacles. Page of Wands. Overall energy, the Hierophant. The Six of Cups. And the Six of Swords. Okay, so something has been guiding you. Like you've been on some sort of a journey. And maybe you felt like you were just coasting through life and not really knowing where you were headed, but you were just moving forward. And it seems like I'm seeing something like making a return or like a full circle, returning back to your roots, returning to what's familiar. Let's just say this is about you looking for a home, or maybe you've been living away from some place that you used to live, and you've been searching and searching and just, trying to find some place that you felt like was your home, but you end up going back to what you know. You're like, you know what? I've lived in this city. I lived in that neighborhood. I lived in this one. I'm going back to the first one because I really liked it there. I really felt comfortable there. So I feel like you are making some sort of a full circle and returning to what you used to love. That can be career too. Maybe you've had a successful career as whatever, and you liked it, but you ultimately always knew that you wanted to get back to XYZ. And it does look like you make some sort of a full circle. So I feel like you are returning to something that you love, whether it's a person, place, career. In a love situation, it looks as if people are ready for a commitment. I kind of feel that two people have been living their lives parallel from each other and have been walking around on the same path, but they kind of like meet up. And it seems like two people are ready for some sort of responsibility of a relationship. I feel like there is a hidden surprise engagement for some of you. And it also seems that something's being revealed to you, like you are getting just a taste of something or a preview of something to entice you. Let's say that you got recruited for some job and they're like, yeah, we know you've been at this company, but we could really use your services here. Why don't you come take a tour of our place and let us show you what you could have here. You go to the company, it's got beautiful surroundings, very inviting. You walk in the building, as big as bright. They show you where your office would be if you take this offer. They're telling you all what comes with working at that company. Oh, it's family, you know. Yeah. And it does seem like I feel like they're being honest with you. It's like the reason why you feel so comfortable at this place that you're visiting is because maybe you've known these people in a previous life. Like this is part of your soul family and you found each other. So I know it just sounds like a job, but these are your people. And so I feel like you're being enticed to come and work at another company. You know, it's like a little preview. And it looks like you're like, you know what? I think I will take that offer. So for some of you, it's about a job offer. But, you know, it could be anything. It could be about a relationship. Let me show you what it'd be like to be in a relationship with me. This is just the tip of the iceberg. We're just dating. But once I marry you, like, you know, it's going to be everything. You know, so I kind of feel that you're being enticed by something. Yeah, it is like you're getting like a little tease. This also could be something that you're doing. You're like, oh, you know, you want to see, you know, here's a little tease, but if we're together, this is what you get. You could be dealing with a fire sign. You could be dealing with a Scorpio, Taurus, or someone that has Venus in Scorpio. You also may find yourself becoming more assertive this week, more responsible, and kind of ready to conquer something that's in front of you. You're like, I'm ready to conquer this. I can handle it. Like you're feeling real skilled in a situation. You're not afraid. Or if you are, you're masking it really good. So yeah, it seems like you're stepping into some sort of authority. Not necessarily having to tell people what to do, but at least being your own boss. I feel like you're being motivated for a reason. And like I said, something has been carrying you, or you have been guided. And see, it's funny because when I said that, I got the image of a higher force like carrying you, but you think you're in a car steering a wheel like a kid. It's like the kid, they're like vroom vroom in a grocery cart thing. You know what I'm talking about. And the parent is like pushing the kid and they're like vroom vroom. The kid like genuinely thinks that they're driving around on their own. I kind of feel like that's what's happening to you. Like you're unaware that there's a bigger force that like is carrying you, and you're like driving around. You're like, look where I'm going. So It is like you're being guided. I feel like at least that effort there of you steering the wheel, that's all you needed to do. You just needed that drive and that wheel, and then spirit is like, okay, we got you. So cute. So yeah, I feel like you are being led to where you need to be. Now, you are needing to pay attention to your dreams. I feel like certain secrets are being revealed to you in a dream. I also feel like some of you are about to open Pandora's box. Something is tempting you, and you're like maybe this wouldn't be so bad, or maybe this is kind of nice. Like, let me just creak it open a little bit. I feel like you're about to open up Pandora's box, though. I don't feel I don't feel like it's anything negative, but you are in for a ride. Now, even though I'm getting the energy of like a promotion or like stepping into some sort of leadership position, something still feels entry level at the end of the day. It's like the opportunity maybe supersedes the pay. Say, for instance, you got hired by someplace making, 10,000 less than what you were making before, but the perks is that you get to travel the world. They're going to pay for all your hotel stays and whatever. It's just like, oh, you're about to get to do everything. Like, it's just like, and that's, of course, if you want to travel. If traveling is something that you always wanted to do and you get the chance to do it, but you've got to accept a lower pay. It's like, but at least I get to travel. Like, I'm killing two birds with one stone here. And I kind of feel like that's something that you're getting a chance to do. So some things that maybe you had on your, I hate to say bucket list. We're not going to claim anything like something happening in the near future or anything, but it's just like, one of your check off things. And it's like, oh man, I always said I wanted to do this, and this comes in the same package, like, killing two birds with one stone. So I kind of feel like that opportunity might come to you. Somebody might have an opportunity to direct a movie. Somebody also might have an opportunity to design a logo, or to design clothes, shoes. I feel like you are on a roll. You're moving forward. There's some sort of positive. I feel like you're on the brink of something very positive. Definitely looks like soulmate energies. There's an opportunity for you to create or manifest. The only shadowy side is that maybe someone had to use a little manipulation to get your attention. Yeah, I'm just getting a big breakthrough. Somebody is coming into your life that's about to change everything. Yeah. Big, big changes on the way. And I feel like something is unfolding in a way that is unexpected, is catching you off guard, or there's some sort of plot twist to a situation. I also feel that if you did any type of candle magic, that it works. It attracts what's meant for you. It attracts what was meant to be in the first place. Maybe that's what spirit had been waiting for you to do. It's like, would you manifest this already? And so it just looks like it happens. Something also might seem like it happens instantly. Pay attention to what you've been in a mood to watch on TV, because there's a message in it for you. That always, like always happens to me. When I'm, because it's hard for me to focus on TV in the first place. Like I'm always like Googling stuff or whatever. And so when I finally like sit down to be like, okay, I feel like watching something now, whether it's a TV show, series, or a movie or documentary, it is something that I needed to hear. Like something that I've been going through, something that I don't, and it's like I had no idea it would be in there. And it's like, oh my God, like you're going to come to the realization that spirit's been with you all along, or has been leading you up to something. It's like you're having some sort of awakening or realization. And I hate to say it, but I do see someone's return to me spell working, only because I feel like it was meant to be in the first place. So I feel like someone is calling forth what was meant for them in the first place. Now the shadow things that I'm getting are kind of like the negative things. There could be somebody that you have power struggles with, or somebody who's coming off sending mixed signals or being very confusing. Those would be some things that I would, take heed to. You might have to find the positives in that situation. Also, your love interest comes off very secretive and quiet and more observant. Somebody's going to pull some strings for you, or has been pulling strings for you that you're unaware of. People are like talking about you, not in a negative sense. They're trying to figure out how to use you, use your talent, how to help you. It is kind of like people are always kind of wondering what somebody can do for them too. And I kind of feel like it's that way. It's like, if we bring this person on board, so like going back to a job, like they're like, if we bring this person on board, we'll be sure to get higher numbers in sales, or, blah, blah, blah. So it's like it works out for both parties. They've got something you need, you got something they need, so it just works out in the end. But yeah, I feel like somebody is pulling strings for you. Romantically, there's someone with a tough exterior that hides behind their work, that also is a deep romantic, a hopeful romantic, someone with a very deep emotional soul. This person has depth, but they only show it to the right person. Yep. This person holds a high position. You also may be dealing with someone who works in government, any branch, any branch of government. or this could be your energy. I feel like somebody with a lot of authority or power wants you to work with them or for them. Now I'm getting some metaphysical things again. So I'm hearing things like mission and delivering messages in dreams. It's like, no, we don't write on paper. Like, go to sleep. I'll tell you what you need to do. Like, stuff like that. I know that sounds crazy. But I'm getting something like that. Like somebody being handed some sort of envelope or mission, something that needs to be done. And it could be that somebody does work for the deep, can I say deep S? Y'all know what I'm talking about, right? I don't want no flags or strikes. You two tripping enough already. I do see something where it seems like enemies being blocked out or blocked from seeing something. Like if there are any enemies that are trying to pry into your life, I feel that they're being blocked, or that you need to make sure that you're protected. I also feel that you're unaware that you have a secret following or a secret support group, secret fans, or maybe you're unaware of it, but I mean, you're aware of it, but unaware of who, something like that. Something or someone has been trying to get your attention, and I feel that something will be confirmed, even if the confirmation has to come through a dream. But I see something going from dream to reality, though. For some of you, you get a chance to start over, or there's a fresh start. Somebody might give you a gift or a present indicating truce or like an apology. I also feel like you might be suspicious of someone being nice to you, or suspicious of a package or gift. It also seems like more than one person is involved in assisting you in some way. There may be something significant about a Sagittarius. I also feel that someone is coming to teach you patience, or you are teaching someone patience. Also, whoever is coming towards you romantically has currently been healing or just came out of recovery, whether it's recovery from some sort of health related situation, emotional situation, relationship, but it seems like this person has healed. they're they're balanced, but they're still sensitive. Someone also may be coming towards you who just got out of a relation, not just got out, or maybe more so just moved on or learned to accept their fate. I'm getting healed energies, but it does seem like maybe this person still just left a situation or at least moved on from a situation. I see forgiveness. And I see some sort of mixed energy in regards to that new career. Like I said earlier, it's some sort of give and take. It's like you get to have something, but you do have to make some sort of an adjustment. It's like lower pay, but it's your dream job, or, something similar like that. So that is all. Yeah, that's all the messages that I have. But hopefully you guys, some things resonated with you guys. But thank you all for watching. Sending love and grace.